Hey guys. Oh my god, you can believe what happened last night. Alright, so I went to bed last night at like 3 a.m. So what I do is I stay up late so I can get to sleep because Priestess is in my head yipping and it's driving me nuts. So I got to bed, couldn't sleep, she's chirping, and I decided I'm ending it. I'm ending it right now. So I knew from where the voice was coming from. It was down my throat, somewhere in there. I don't know. I meditated. My Tina, Christ was in me. I was in the manger. Christ. I was in the illusion. And I just got done that fight dream, that fight sequence dream with the hippie guy with the glasses at lunchtime. I'm still burnt out from that. Oh, it was 3 o'clock, and I meditated. And I said I had enough. I went into my head, meditated, went into my fucking head. Then I went right down to where the voice was talking, and what I did was I grabbed. It's like a energy coming out. I isolated it, and I took my internal hands, my soul hands, and I grabbed it. Told Christ, "This is ending tonight. I don't give a fuck if I die." I said, "Witness, man, help me out." I grabbed his hand, put his hand on it, and we both went down the rabbit hole together. But I was just focusing on myself. I asked him, "Can you see all this?" And he goes, "Yep, I can see it." And so I went down as far as I could, which wasn't far. Then I started rubbing with my fingers, very, love, and rubbing it and loosening it up. Like you get a tight cigarette and you roll it in your fingers and you loosen it up inside. That's what I did to this thing. So I'm rubbing it. Turns out it went from one thing to, like, it looked like octopus tentacles, octopus arms. That's what it looks like. But it's just clear white energy. And that white energy is making the noise in my head. So I went to where it was talking, what I thought was talking, and it kept on going down. And so I kept following it and kept on loosening it. And I went right down into myself. As I'm going down, one tentacle turned into two tentacles turned into four tentacles. Two went to the left of me, two went to the right. From here, like that. Anyway, they're still talking. But what I thought was my subconscious talking to it. I went past my subconscious. My subconscious went right past it. I went right past my subconscious and I went down. I went down to myself and I could see I'm following the tentacles and I'm rubbing them and I could see my heart, my literally physical heart. I could see it. The noise in my head changed from her yipping and all the kids talking to where I couldn't hear the kids anymore. I could hear my heart beating, and it sounded like a man with cowboy boots walking. and that was my heart. I couldn't believe it, man. It was freaking me out. Then I left that. I'm still following the tentacles down. I went past my heart, and I'm following my tentacles down. Went further, and I was rubbing them right down to the base of this. It was black, like a black square, somewhere down, just under the heart or off to the side, or something in there. I don't know, but anyway, it was like a black table, and it was vibrating like that, like a black table. That's what it looked like. I know it sounds stupid, but that's what I saw. Didn't have no legs on it. It was like a black square. Black square. But it was like a cube. Black cube. And the top was vibrating. And that was me speaking. And Priestess tentacles went right to this black square. So I released the tentacle. Great. I released the tentacles out of me. Came up. I pulled them out. But the leftover energy of the tentacles and the conversation that was there was still stuff going on. So I went back down and I went to the table, the black cube. Well, it looked like a cube. It was more like a cube. I'm gonna tell you, don't worry. It's vibrating. Then I reached down and I'm looking at it. I didn't want to touch it because I didn't know what the hell it was. Right? But I knew it was me. This black cube thing was me. And it was talking about sex. Like, shit, I can't even put it on YouTube. And it was seemed angry, really angry. And it seemed like it was really angry, and what the fuck else did it say? And then it was remorseful, and then it was sad. It was like, do you know when you break up with your girlfriend in physical reality? You go through the 4 steps of breaking up, you know. If you've loved someone and they piss on you and tell you to fuck off, you know what it's like. You go through this course, a circle, until it fades away. This is what this black box was talking, vibrating. It was just vibrating. And it was going through all these steps. I'm like, I know that. I know that. Been there fucking 10 times, man. And then, but I can still hear the priestess in there. And I'm like, this thing's gotta go. Or is it supposed to be here? And I want to talk to Christ. Do I get rid of this fucking thing? And all of a sudden I got the impression that this is the personal demon that Christ was telling me a week before. And now a week before, these specialists came and did all this weird shit to me. Specialists, and they said that it has to end, but it's going to take time because we are emerging. Me and Priestess were merging into one thing. So I'm going to try to bring up what we were. Symbiosis. Me and the Priestess had a symbiosis. That's what Christ said, and these professional Christ assistant people. I don't know where they came from. But anyway, they're already gone. They left. I get to this thing, and it's talking, and it's raging, and then it's calm, and it's crying, then it's loving, and then it's doing something else. And the priestess is there. Now the priestess is sick. She's mentally gone. Obsessions, which is a sickness, and they're healing her, but she's connected to this thing because her tentacles went right to it, and and they were talking on it. Her loogie, her whatever the fuck it is, a tentacle, was on top of this thing, wrapped, and the other tentacles were wrapped around it, and they were talking like, and then I'm hearing it in my fucking head, but it's down here, past my heart, because I just saw my heart go by, and it was sort of grayish and red with lots of veins, purpley veins. That freaked me out. It made me kind of want to get sick. It felt like I was somewhere I'm not supposed to be. Anyway, not that I'm not supposed to be there. It's like, should I be saying this? you know. And I was going down the rabbit hole, so I figured, fucking, I gotta get rid of this because I'm going nuts. Then going down, I got this box, and I realized it was going through the 4 steps to break it up, the 4 or 5 steps or whatever. And it's the emotions you have after you break up with someone you love. It you know what I'm talking about. It's like a cycle. It gets less and less and less as you go through it. And it's a natural cycle. Yeah, I'm sure everybody gets it, maybe not, but I do, and other people have because I've seen it online. I'm like, Christ, I don't know what the fuck this is, but it's going. Are you here? He goes, yep. So he's watching, and I start rubbing it with like I did. And I'm loving this thing. I'm loving it. I'm giving love to everything, my internal hand. So I'm loving it. I'm talking to it, saying, man, you gotta go. We gotta go, you know. And then as I'm releasing, as I'm rubbing this thing, it gets mad. It gets really mad. And I start releasing it. And then it gets mad and it goes, wow. It just like a bolt of electricity. The rage I have. See, he's raging against. I don't wanna. I accepted Priestess, but it's like this thing accepted Priestess, but it knows the Priestess has to go, but it's inside me, here, down here, and it was this catch-22 where I needed her, but I couldn't have her. And I'm singing a song to that right now in my head. It's Guns N' Roses. I loved her, but I had to kill her. That type of thing. That fucking song. It's been in my head all morning. I don't even know I hate Guns N' Roses. Don't like them at all. Don't even listen to their music. Never did. But I hear it on the radio all the time, and I'm singing it in my head. I had to kill her because I loved her. I love her, but I had to kill her. That fucking song. That's what I'm singing. This is about, that's orientation for me of what the hell's going on inside me. Because I'm fucking clueless up here. I'm just going fucking bananas trying to figure all this shit out. So I'm down this fucking rabbit hole. I'm talking to this black box, and it's bam, it hit me with this electricity rage. And he's fucking, it was like electricity just right into my brain. And I flipped up on my goddamn back. I jolted, like, you know them things they give you for your heart attack or you're dying or whatever. Clear, them fucking things. That's what I felt like. Right in my chest. And I fucking jumped off the bed. Christ got on the fucking 911 Christ hotline, called in more Christ. He goes, we're going to the Regent Priests. And that's the last thing I heard. We're going to the Regent Priests, and I heard hospital. I don't know where we went, but I ended up in the morning at the Regent Priests. We go, Christ is flying. I'm like, after that heart attack, am I fucking dead? Am I dead? And he's like, no, you're not fucking dead. And next thing I know, I don't even know where I am, but I stopped moving. I stopped moving, so I know I must be at the Regent Priest or the hospital. And I go, and I'm still talking to this box. My instinct, I use my internal knowledge, or internal instinct, because it's the only thing I got left to fucking deal with this. And this thing, my guts is saying, no, man, this thing has to stay. This thing has defended you and kept you fucking alive. This fucking rage from rage has kept me alive over the last 12 years. Everything I've been through. And that's what it was saying, that you need this. And then my inner light, Christ, is saying, no, it's got to go. And this thing was, I started rubbing it. I got the jolt. I started pulling it. I started loosening it up. I'm rubbing it and I'm talking to it. I'm saying, hey man, hey bro, you know, we gotta go. It's time for you to go. It's a natural process. And he's like, rage, love, and he's crying, remorse, love, rage, crying, and remorse, and fucking all this stuff. And I'm like, fucking tears are just running out of my eyes. And it's like, I'm killing myself, but I'm not. I'm just releasing. And then it starts loosening up. I was up for like 3 hours doing this, trying to get this thing out of me. Christ is there. I'm saying, I give you the Christ. I give you the Christ. Christ is going to take care of you, bro. You got to go. You're killing me. You're killing me. You're killing your home. I'm the fucking home. You're killing me. You got to go. It's going to be all right. And I'm slowly getting this thing out of me. It's slowly coming up. Christ is taking it very slowly. He's calming it down. He's doing that. I'm sweating. Christ is heating me up, man, in that manger. And I'm just sweating. And crying, sweating, talking to this thing, giving it respect, giving it love, because I know it's kept me alive in this fucking world I live in of fucking insanity. And all my girlfriends, physical. Then, as I'm loosening it up, I'm seeing Daniel Boone shit inside my head. Just quick flashes of fucking muskets and fucking guns and horses and girls and fucking war and death and me fucking killing. And as I'm bringing this out, this memory's coming out. And Priestess, oh yeah, she's still talking through the box. But the box is also doing this to me. Showing me all this. As I'm bringing it out, I'm going. Hundreds of Daniel Boone fucking shots, stuff like that. From there all the way to this life, I'm bringing this thing out. No alien stuff, no ET stuff. That happened to me when I was the first part of my life. The really bad stuff. Well, the terrifying stuff because I didn't know. So it was terrifying. None of that ET stuff. This is all personal love stuff. And then I'm bringing it out. I'm seeing all that. Christ is slowly taking it out of me. Christ is just praying. I hear other Christs or priests and they're saying, they're chanting, they're chanting, and the priest is fucking saying his funeral things, oh, amen, art in heaven, all that shit. They're praying. And I'm like, dude, you gotta go to Christ. I give you the Christ. This is the best place you can be because you're killing me here. And he's loving. What my instinct and what I am is saying, I love Priestess. I love the Priestess, but she's in me. And I'm killing Rich. And like literally he is this black box thing. Cube. And I gotta let her go. I gotta let her go. But he don't want it because he loves. And it's like a last stand sort of thing where you gotta be with her. You gotta let her go at the same time because she's killing you. And she's fucking crazy. That's what Christ said. because she's sick with obsessionist. And then as it's coming out, it's got this 3 black like crab legs, and they wrap around in my under my arms, and it's like that with a cube, and it's got 3 legs sticking out like that, and a cube right here where my thumbs are. Okay, so if I can do that, it's like that, and it's wrapped around my chest. And I pull it out, and the legs, I'm rubbing the lobster legs, I guess what I'm going to call them. I don't know. They just look like tentacles, but they're black. And then I'm pulling them out, and then they had like blood red. So it's like black into blood red. And I'm pulling that out. Grace is carrying it all. He's taking it. I'm saying, go to Grace, go to Grace. And I'm bawling my fucking eyes out. All this emotional shit's happening. All this stuff. And I pull it out. And then it had this fucking tail that was black. So it had the cube thing in the middle right here where my thumbs are. Had 3 things sticking out like this that wrapped around my whole fucking chest and my heart. And then it had this fucking tail that went down my spine. And it was black and it turned to white. I think. Anyway. And this thing, it's slowly coming out, comes out. I'm like, don't take it. I go, Christ, don't take it through my fucking brain. I can't fucking deal with that. Take it out my throat. Take it out anywhere. Just don't let it go through my brain. My fucking brain has had it, man. And I'm like, pull it out through my throat. And he's like, gotcha, whatever. And the priests are there. They're doing things. Oh, shit, man. Hold on. We ain't fucking done yet. He pulls it out. The legs go through my throat chakra. And then they went, when they were out, the legs went, like they opened, like the was all squeezing through my throat. And when it got out, it went, bam! These like spider legs came out, like lobster legs with a box. The top of the box was vibrating. And then on top of the tail came down. And then under that, there was like a shield. And that was like in front of my heart, like a shield protecting my heart and my innocence from all the pain that the ex-girlfriends gave me and the priestess, all the way back to fucking what's that guy's name? Daniel Boone. When I was Daniel Boone, all that killing, loving, saving innocence, killing for innocence, to all the stuff that's going on now here in my life. Hold on, freaking okay. So I'm trying not to fucking cry here. I get this shit, giving it to Christ, and then it comes out, and Christ carries it away in his hands. He's carrying it away, and I think it's over, right? Whatever the hell that is, Christ has got it. I still can't hear my family. I'm so deep inside myself, I can't hear nothing. I can hear Christ because he's in me. It's me and Christ, and the priests are doing their thing on me. Sayings and ointments and whatever shit they're doing. And my fucking head just sounds like a bomb went off in there. All the voices and everything. Then I want to go to sleep. I got questions. But I don't know. I was so new, man. Then I don't know, 15 minutes went by, and the priest was talking to him. He said, it's not over yet. I'm like, fuck off, man. You gotta be kidding me. Then I hear more talking. I sort of come out of the rabbit hole back to my head, and all of a sudden Christ is saying the funeral thing. As I'm listening to that, the priest and Christ are pulling out this huge white ghost. And it was me. He's pulling me out. So he's pulling this ghost out of me, and it's white, and it's like a light being or something. But it ain't me. It's like the shit I've been going through with the black box. And it was connected to that, and it has to go too. So he's pulling that out. Finally, he gets this. And it was just like me in dimension, but there was no legs to it. It was just like from my belly button up. And he pulls this out. It ain't talking or doing anything. I don't think. They isolated it real good. I didn't even know it was there. But anyway, they pull this ghost out. Ghost. I don't even know if it's a ghost. It was just like an energy built up for the past 3 months of me and Priestess dealing with this stuff. Anyway, or something like that. It was a part of that. And he pulls it out. He's pulling it out. And I release it. I'm saying, release, 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 go to Christ, release, go to Christ, release, release, release. And this is all chanting I'm doing. Talking to it. Saying, love you, guy, but you gotta go. Anyway. Then it left. And there were so many goddamn people around me. I'm laying on a bed or wherever I am. And I'm looking up, and all I see is people looking at me. Jesus Christ, the train guy. The train guy that I make trains with, Christ, him. It must have been like 30 people, just all, and big shots and other people, Tina, my kids. I'm like, fuck, I'm dying, man. He goes, you're not gonna die, Rich. You're just releasing a demon. I'm like, what do you mean a demon? Right? What are you talking about? Oh, demon, I don't understand it. And he goes, you're releasing your problems. Anyway, he went on to say a bunch of things I can't even remember. I tried writing one down. Then after that, I fell asleep. Woke up like 9 o'clock in the morning. It's 10:30 now in the a.m. I woke up. My subconscious was talking in my head. And he's telling me what he did and what you did. And then Christ chimed in, and he's telling me that everything's all right. You're gonna be all right, but you gotta stay here. The priests, they're gonna watch you for a while. I'm like, well, whatever. Go for it. And then the priest came, and he was telling me things. Basically, yeah. So what I released was, ever since 2-3 years ago, when I met. Well, I was always with the priestess since I've been born, but I didn't know it in my head. It was 3 years ago when I met the priestess in my head through Tina and the kids. But all my life, she's been putting priestesses has been saving me from shit I'm doing here on the earth. Like whenever I have a problem, she'll mental telepathy in my head, and I get it, right? And I knew it was not my voice that was talking from my heart. I never knew who she was. till 3 years ago. So then, that, and then when I knew who she was, that's when Daniel Boone came out. Christ introduced me to Daniel Boone through the Priestess, because the Priestess triggered that life in me. And that's when this shit started building. This blockage of reliving this past life or seeing it. And it started to surface. The Priestess was bringing it out because I killed a bunch of guys because they were raping and killing her, or were going to. So, not just her, other people too. But turns out, ever since then, me and the Priestess, we've been intimate, and we never let each other go. This is all me learning over the past 3 years, and right down to the last 2 months, 3 months. It's been a fucking knowledge of this Daniel Boone shit. So all that is building. She's triggering it. Now, when I know this. When I went to live at her house because some bad guys were after me, I think the Loogie Man or something, just general people, whoever they were out to fucking lynch me. And Christ told me to go stay at her house in St. Lucia. I went there, and when I got there, I stayed there. Now the kids were there, and other people. Christine was there, off and on, all watching me or whatever. We'd have TV fucking nights or whatever. I don't even know. I'm trying to live my life here. But as I'm staying at her house, I thought she was just a friend that helped me. Fucking right on. I mean, I knew she had, by this point, I knew she was had to do with Daniel Boone, and I saved her, and she's been helping me out. And I thought that's all it was. I didn't know there was any intimacy or love or anything. But when I was staying with her, she went one night, or when I was staying at her house, she went into me. And that is when, after about a week, the porthole between me and my house in St. Lucian and her house in St. Lucian, she went personal, and her tentacle, her attention, her focus, she was already obsessed with me or whatever, obsessed with whatever the fuck, with me, telling me she loves me and all this stuff. This was like she's been holding back her emotions and all her pain and suffering from the Daniel Boone, which I don't know fucking shit all about in my head. None of it. I just had a couple visions, and Chris told me it was Daniel Boone, and I'm like, okay. But now this Daniel Boone girl that I knew back then and before I was born, she's been holding all this shit. Now I'm in the flesh. She got a taste of that, the sex, the intimacy, the fucking the flesh energies, and she just lost it. She's fucking moving in. And I'm like, no, bitch, you're not moving in. Who are you? I don't even know what she fucking looks like, guys. I don't even know what she looks like. I've seen her, but each time I see her, she looks different. So how do I know what she looks like? But it's the same person by feel. And it takes me a minute to figure out who the fuck it is, because I gotta feel her out. Feel who am I talking to? Feel her out, right? Holy Christ. Then the screen dreams came. She was using people from here, and I was using from people, and my own mind was using people from here in this life to give focus to her, and she was using people that she knew from me, giving me girlfriend dreams so she could be with me. And that's the only way I could be with her. That's what I knew from this life. So it was like that for the last 3 months of me trying to get her out of my head. She leaves. Finally. I haven't heard her since. She's not pulling me. I guess there's like Christ taking care of her and priests and stuff taking care of her to get us through this. This morning, this is what's going on. I haven't heard anything. But as I'm talking this morning, when I was talking, I just woke up, I'm talking to Christ and the priest in my subconscious. I was talking to my subconscious, just going over everything that happened. And he's talking to me. And we're talking, and it sounds like, and then all this energy would come. And I go, what is that? And it would go, and it sounded like a speaker's crackling. You know when you got an amplifier? And it's got to crackle to the tone or whatever, the volume that goes, and you're listening to it, and you're listening to the radio, and then you turn the dial, it goes, makes that crackling noise. Well, that's what was going on in my head. So I go, what the fuck is that crackling noise, to my subconscious? He goes, stresses of the night. Holy shit, dude. And he's releasing all this stuff, and he's telling me history, but I don't clearly hear him, but I can get enough to know what he's saying. And he's talking in words I don't even understand. There's one that says, like, there's one word he keeps repeating over and over. I don't even know what it means. He's like, we went down to blah, 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 Oklahoma, Obama. And everything's Obama. Not the President Obama. Obama, whatever the fuck that means. Not Obama. Something else. I'm thinking, is it an Indian word? Is that maybe a past life? I don't know. I thought he was saying Oklahoma. But then, I thought he was saying Obama for fucking almost a year. Then he starts saying Oklahoma. And now it's back to Obama. Or maybe there's two different words. I don't know. This is what's going on in my head, man. Just trying to figure it out. Anyway, I still ain't figured that out. Oklahoma, Obama shit. But it has nothing to do with El Presidente. So I don't know what that's about. From my subconscious, we're talking to him. All of a sudden, I'm talking to him. Another girl comes in. Whoop. She starts talking to my subconscious. I'm like, oh, hell no. Guess who it was? Christine, my girlfriend. I called Christ and the Priest. I said, and they told me it was Christine. I thought it was Priestess back, talking to my subconscious. It's not the Priestess, it's Christine. And I'm like, holy shit. And he goes, it'll be 2 months before you let go of her. That's what the priest said. Now, I grabbed her loogie later on, 10 minutes later, I grabbed her tentacle that was going in, and I pulled it out. And there was a black box with like a ring underneath of it. A black box with a circle, like an upside down bowl. Take an upside down bowl, hold it, put a black box on top with the loogie connected to it. That's what it looked like. And I pulled the loogie out with the black box, and I went, priest. He goes, what? And I go, here. I just pulled her out, and there's a black box. And he goes, you caught it early. Because what's happening to you and Christine is happening right now. What you pulled out earlier was years old, since you were born. And all the shit that happened from then. What you just pulled out was the beginning of you and Christine. Because you just pulled it out, and he goes, that's good step. And he goes, keep doing it. And he took it away. He goes, don't worry, it's gonna end. It'll be all right. So I'm like, I went to a teen and I said, Christ, no more fucking girlfriends, man. I can't do this shit. I just want my head back the way it was. Now it's coming through my throat because I had that shield on my chest. So the only way they could access the black box in my heart, I call it a black box, but all it is built up problems. 53 years of fucking built up problems. Priestess comes in, accesses it. All the data boom shit builds up too. And all that energy's in there. It's sort of like real old energies solidifying, but it got so much energy to it. And Christ doing the funeral rites and all that was a slow separation of letting that go. A demon thing. Man. So that was my night last night. Christ goes, you're going to find your anger, your rage. He goes, it's a new beginning. It's they had a word for it. Starts with an F. Can't remember the word. There's a product called it. The name of some kind of product is the name they used, but it has a different meaning, the real meaning. It started with F. I don't fucking remember what it was. God, my brain is fried. And I woke up with a fucking headache. I'm wide open. Boom. All my skins are open. All I'm doing all morning is closing them up as best I can. So I haven't checked in until I haven't laid down and meditated. Or I don't even have to meditate. I just lay down and start falling asleep, and here I am. This fucking world of nonsense. Well, it is the real world. This is the fake world. But either that may, or whatever. I don't even know what I'm talking about. All right, I got it out. I made a video on that. Is pretty goddamn close to what happened. I mean, there's a lot more little minute details, but shit you can't remember. Guess what? You think I'm fucking crazy? Your day's coming. Good luck with that. Or learn through my fucking stuff. Because I'm not lying to you, man. This all happens. You start meditating, going inside yourself. There's a lot of good things. But we all got personal demons. Unless you're a fucking angel or Jesus Christ. He has them too. Oh yeah, he has them too. He has 12 of them in jail. Or 18. If Jesus Christ could be in jail for his perversions and sicknesses on me, what do you think you got? I'm going through mine now. I'm making videos for you guys. All right, I'm the fuck out of here. I gotta eat and clean and smoke. Later, guys. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, there's more I gotta say. Not much. No, I can't remember what I was supposed to say. All right, later.